Hey everyone, I'm Brian, a program coordinator here at the Biblical History Center. Well, that's basically a fancy term for I'm a tour guide here. I'm also in charge of the YouTube channel here, so while I might be a fresh face to you guys really aren't a fresh face to me. I've been responding to all those comments we've been getting and trying to help grow our YouTube channel. So we've grown quite a bit in these past couple months as we've started to get these YouTube videos flowing and getting going out. We started the channel with only like 30-something subscribers, and right now, when I checked inside, we're at 216 as of this moment right now. Our goal is to 500, so if you could, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends because we got some really cool things about the Magi coming up. Some information that you probably haven't heard from the birth of Christ. So I want to be the first one to wish it of you guys, but Merry Christmas. It's when we got here to the museum today, it was like 30 degrees here in LaGrange, Georgia, so winter has hit Georgia indeed. Got some cool things going on here at the museum. We've actually started our manger tours, and our manger tours we go through our exhibits and talk about the story of the birth of Christ and all the historical things that go behind that. But today, with this video, I want to talk to you guys about the three wise men, or the Magi, or the three wise guys, as my dad called them as we were growing up. Some interesting things that you guys might not know about them. But we got all that information and more in our manger tours, but I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about that. So let's go on inside and take a look at some of the exhibits that might have a little bit to do with the Magi. So let's go. We are out here in the garden. I'm gonna set you down right there. There we go, because right here, this is our city gate display, and I mean, that really goes to the outside. The road is right out there. But the city gate is important because this is something that the wise men would have traveled through. The Magi, as we know them, they came out of the east. Well, an important thing to know about the Magi coming from the east is when we modern Americans think the east, we think Japan, China, Mongolia, India, way in the east, what we would consider the east in the Western world. Well, to the Israelites, that wasn't really necessarily the case. Babylon was considered to the Jews at the time to be from the east. So when the Magi came to visit the baby Jesus, they actually came from Babylon. So alright, well, why on earth would a bunch of Magi or wise men from the east care about a Jewish king? I mean, to me, that never made sense. The answer to that is a little bit simpler than you would think. That goes all the way back to the captivity in Babylon. If you remember, the Jews were captured and kept in Babylon for over 70 years. Well, if you're captured and taken into a foreign city, they're going to try to assimilate. And these Jews, being in Babylon, did exactly that. They settled down. They had roots. They had lives. So in 70 years' time, when some wanted to go back to Israel, not all of them actually went back. As a matter of fact, during the time of Jesus, there was a very high Jewish population in Babylon at the time. Alright, so that maybe makes the Magi Jews, but alright, how did they get to be in this prestigious position? Because Magi, think wizards of the ancient world. They dealt in science, philosophy, astrology, magic, essentially. Well, why would a bunch of wizards care about the birth of a newborn king, specifically a Jewish king? Well, if you remember the story of Daniel, going all the way back to that story from Nebuchadnezzar. When Nebuchadnezzar had that dream that he freaked out about, and he went to his wise men, go, help, I don't know what to do. And those wise men came back to him and said, all right, tell us your dream. Nebuchadnezzar's like, no, you're the wise men, you tell me what it was. And, well, they couldn't, because they were not actual magicians. They did not have power over that. Nebuchadnezzar was absolutely furious, and he threatened to kill all of them until Daniel heard this news. And he went, all right, let me go talk to the king. And he goes and talks to the king, and not only tells Nebuchadnezzar what his dream actually was, but he proceeds to translate it and tell him what it means. And King Nebuchadnezzar is overjoyed, and he puts Daniel in charge of his wizard school, essentially. His soothsayers, his philosophers, his scientists. Well, where did Daniel get that power? Where did he know how to translate that dream? Through the power of God. And so what do you think he taught at the Institute of Wizards in ancient Babylon? He taught them about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So this order of magi, this order of wise men, would have followed Daniel's instructions and possibly been Jewish beside. And that is why a couple of wise men, a couple of magi, actually cared about a Jewish king. Well, I hope you learned something today, and I hope you can join us sometime here at the Biblical History Center. Our manger tours are keeping going through the end of December, and then kind of in the near distant future, we're going to be celebrating the crucifixion and resurrection of Christ at Easter. We do a separate tour for both the Christmas and Easter time, so look forward to that in the distant horizon. But if you can, hopefully you can make it for our manger tours. We'd love to see you guys here on either a guided tour. I'd love to take you guys through myself. Be sure to say hi. Tell them the YouTube channel sent you. There we go. Hopefully you guys can join us for the upcoming Christmas season. And I said before at the beginning of the video, please like and subscribe and tell your friends about our channel. Thank you guys for joining us, and I will see you next time.